thanks for staying with us now. Shane Rigney from Riggers D.8 is back, and today we have the perfect dish for a night in front of the telly. We don't want to be in front of the telly. Well, maybe tonight we do, but certainly you could be eating this out the back this afternoon.
Well, if you have like a back garden, like I have an apartment, no balcony, so if I did, I'd be like eating this.
Sit near the window.
Open the window.
Okay, so Mexican flavour to this.
So there's a Mexican flavour to this. So it's a rice pilaf first and foremost. So you're asking me there. So pilaf, not a type of rice, it's an actual dish. So it's just, you put the rice in, you can pre-cook it, but it's like an Indian dish, like, you know, in those kind of pots, and they layer it up with loads of flavour and then bake it. And then the rice in the heat of the oven soaks in the liquid that way, as opposed to cooking out the rice on the stovetop.
Okay.
So this is kind of like that, but again, it was just something that I thought was really, really easy and handy for the weekend, and there's practically no cooking in it. But obviously you have to chop a few veggies and then throw it in the oven, and then so it's brilliant for the weekend and really, really easy and really simple and like quite healthy, but with loads of flavour in it.
Okay, and you've gone for certain meat ingredients in this.
Meat ingredients?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's I started off with like some chorizo for this, but you could use like a merguez sausage or something kind of spicy like that would be unusual to mix it up. But if you most people can just get a standard chorizo in the supermarket, and then the idea is some rotisserie chicken, or if you have some leftover chicken. You know, or if you're buying a rotisserie chicken and you have loads left over, something like that.
Off.
Yeah, pull some bits off.
All right.
Okay, so what we start off is big bowl, okay, and then I have 2 cups of rice. So this gives you this, okay, so like it really gives you like a lot. Even when I was making it at home, like for 2 of us, I was like, oh, that's grand. And then like we were eating it for 4 days. So 2 cups of rice, okay, so that goes in. And then what I have is some garlic. So just chop up some garlic or whatever. I just always mince up my garlic, okay. So throw that in. So if you have a microplane, get really, really handy for mincing garlic or whatever. You can do nice thin slices or chop it on your board. So throw in your garlic, okay? Just make sure you get all that off and in there. And then I have a red onion, half an onion, or a white onion, whatever you have chopped up. And just throw that in. Quite finely chopped, but it doesn't have to be like, you know,
okay, so
perfect.
not a lot of onion.
Just get into it quick, you know. Then your chorizo, so about 100 grams of chorizo. So that's kind of, when I'm doing stuff, I'm like, everyone has the chorizo, right, in the ring, so it's half of that. Okay. You know, as opposed to trying to work out.
Yeah, so you're talking
half of that.
6 inches of that. Do you take the skin off, or?
No, leave it all on. So 2 peppers, roasted peppers from a jar. If you have red peppers at home, like I was kind of making this out of the bottom of the fridge, using up stuff. Absolutely, just put your oven on 200. Throw the couple of peppers on the, just like not on a tray, just on the grill, and let them roast off, and then just peel the skin back when they cool, and they come out about 15 minutes. Okay, but from a jar, okay. So a tin of beans. So I put the whole lot in. I don't drain them, but absolutely you can give them a wash. But like the starch kind of helps it cook.
Okay, what kind of beans?
So they're black beans. So obviously mimicking that, or Mexican flavour, so it's black beans, but you can use anything you have in the cupboard, not like baked beans, do you know, but like you could put chickpeas or butter beans or anything you have, right? Tin of tomatoes, they're cherry tomatoes, you can use whatever you have, and then spices then, it's like a half a teaspoon of each, so I'm just going to eyeball it. So I have some chili flakes, and then I have some chipotle chili flakes, which gives like a nice smokiness.
Oh, okay. I bought chipotle ketchup recently, and it does have that smokiness. Yeah. It has a little bit of heat, but not too hot.
So they're not like really fiery, but they are still spicy, but they have a heat, or a smoky heat to it, okay? Mirroring that then, some smoked paprika. So you can get all these quite handy now in a lot of the shops. I have some oregano. A little bit of oregano, so I get about a half teaspoon of everything, a little bit of dried coriander, and then some cumin.
Okay, all these essential, or is this what you have in the press? What
you have in the press, but again, this is you could do this with anything. So you could put the tomatoes in, the onion, the garlic, some chili, put a tin of coconut milk in, make it kind of Thai flavoured. If you didn't have those spices, just look it up and see what kind of spices are what, you know? Gotcha. So you don't have to go out and buy all these, but you know, like people will have some of them now, and just regular chili flakes will do. You know, you don't have to go and get chipotle particularly. Is that everything? That's it. And then I have some chicken then. So these are just a couple of chicken breasts from last night. So I'm just going to dice those up and just throw those in as well.
Okay, but like you said, the rotisserie chicken. A few chicken thighs.
People throw out so much of the rotisserie chicken, or if they cook a chicken at home. let it cool, turn it over, like pick the chicken, like pick the meat off and then throw it on the fat and stuff that you don't want, okay? But like there's loads of like lean meat on like the wings and the legs and the oysters underneath and stuff. And then hot stock, so that's 4 cups of stock, right? So that's it. Oh, and some lemon.
Have you gone for vegetable stock or does it matter?
Well, I'm chicken stock because I'm doing chicken here, so.
Of course.
Yeah, but any stock, absolutely fine, right? So there's loads of flavour in that, as you can see. And then I just want to, so you want to give it a good stir, right? Just let everything come together and basically just get it into an oven dish, okay?
Okay, now, is the depth of the dish important so that you get an even
well,
cooking?
I mean, like any kind of like 10-inch lasagna dish will be deep enough.
Okay.
Right? With those measurements, okay? And then I just want to kind of season the top a little bit. I forgot to put seasoning. So that is it. So you bake that carefully for about 40 minutes at 180. Okay?
Okay.
And then halfway through, give it with a fork it a bit. So like stir it up, like as if you were kind of breaking up like anything, like any kind of rice, like forking up rice, you know. And then this is what comes out, okay? So you can just serve that then with some lemon, a little bit of coriander, fresh coriander on top. And as I say, you fork that a couple of times through the cooking just to fluff it up, yeah? And it'll absorb all of the liquid in there. Believe it or not, that is what that comes out, is exactly those measurements, okay? A little bit of coriander on top. You can serve that at the table with some lime. I've just put yours there with a little bit of salsa, just a jar of salsa. You can make up your own salsa, but some yogurt, creme fraiche, whatever you have, just to cool down the spice. But it's not very spicy. And a little bit of guacamole. And then that's it.
Okay, so from a distance you go, oh, it kind of looks like a paella, but it's not too dissimilar in the fact that it's a rice-based dish.
That's what it kind of is. It's kind of a pilaf paella hybrid.
Okay, and you've added along with the spices.
Yeah. And you don't have to add those, obviously. If you have them, nice just to kind of tart it up a bit.
Hot or cold?
Whichever
way you like it to serve it?
Whichever way you like it, yeah. That's been sitting out of the oven, so it's just warm.
Do you know what?
But it's actually grand cold as well.
That's beautiful. Could eat that for breakfast.
Yeah. Put a fried egg on top.
With a fried egg on top, like a pad thai. Okay. Sweet, that's absolutely delicious. And like I say, it's one pot and it's relatively easy.
Really easy. You saw me there, chatting, do it in the oven, done. Feed the whole family.
Well, he's a pro. Okay.
Perfect.
Shane, as always, that's tasty. Thank you so much.